Welcome, explorers, to WonderSphere. For our very first mission, we're blasting off not to a distant galaxy, but to a place on our very own planet that's so strange, so otherworldly, it's been called the most alien place on Earth. Forget what you think you know about islands. Forget sandy beaches and palm trees. We're going to a place where the trees bleed, the landscapes defy logic, and evolution has run its own bizarre experiment for millions of years. This is Socotra Island. Located in the Indian Ocean, about 240 kilometers east of the Horn of Africa and 380 kilometers south of the Arabian Peninsula, Socotra is a part of Yemen. But in reality, it belongs to its own world. Its isolation is the key to its magic. For over 6 million years, this archipelago has been separated from the mainland, a geological Noah's Ark drifting through time. This long period of solitude has allowed nature to get creative, really creative. Imagine a laboratory where life could develop without any outside interference. The result? A biological treasure trove, a living museum of natural history, where a staggering number of species are found nowhere else on the planet. This level of endemism is usually only seen on islands like Hawaii or the Galapagos, but Socotra takes it to a whole new level. It's a place so unique it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. So, buckle up, because our journey into this lost world begins now. The first thing that strikes you about Socotra isn't just one thing, it's everything. The landscape itself feels like a science fiction movie set. Imagine sweeping limestone plateaus, carved by time into dramatic canyons and caves. Then, picture pristine white sand dunes rolling right up to the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean, creating a surreal contrast of desert and sea. But towering over it all, the true icons of Socotra are its trees, and none is more famous, more bizarre than the dragon's blood tree. Its scientific name is Dracæna kinnebari, but its legend is far more captivating. These trees look like giant inside-out umbrellas, or perhaps colossal mushrooms dotting the highlands. Their dense, upturned canopy is an incredible adaptation, designed to capture moisture from the highland mists and provide shade to its own roots, reducing evaporation in this arid climate. It's a masterpiece of survival. But the real reason for its name is what happens when you cut its bark. The tree bleeds a deep crimson-red resin. For centuries, this dragon's blood was a highly prized commodity. Ancient Romans used it as a pigment and a medicine. It was a varnish for 18th century Italian violin makers, and a key ingredient in alchemy and magic. Standing in a forest of these ancient beings, some of which are over 500 years old, feels like stepping back into a prehistoric era. It's an humbling, awe-inspiring experience that truly makes you feel like you're on another planet. But the dragon's blood tree is not the only botanical oddity here. Meet the bottle tree, or Adenium obesum socotranum. If the dragon's blood tree is the umbrella, the bottle tree is, well, the bottle. Its trunk is grotesquely swollen, looking like a bulbous, fleshy base with a few spindly branches and delicate pink flowers sprouting from the top. It looks like something a child would draw. This strange shape is another brilliant survival tactic. The massive trunk is a water storage unit, allowing the tree to endure the long, harsh, dry seasons. You'll see them clinging precariously to the sides of cliffs and scattered across the rocky plains, each one with its own unique, pudgy personality. They look like they've been pulled straight out of The Little Prince, celestial baobabs that have taken root on Earth. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. Socotra is also home to the cucumber tree, Dendrocereus socotranus, the only member of the cucumber family that grows into a tree. It has a soft, thick trunk and a sparse crown of leaves, adding another layer of surrealism to the island's flora. In total, over 37% of Socotra's 825 plant species are endemic, meaning they are found nowhere else. Walking through Socotra is like walking through a gallery of evolutionary art, where each plant is a unique sculpture shaped by isolation and the struggle to survive. Of course, a unique world of plants creates a unique world for animals. While Socotra doesn't have the large native mammals you might expect, its magic lies in the smaller creatures. The island is a paradise for bird watchers. 10 species of birds are found only here, including the Socotra sunbird, the Socotra starling, and the Socotra sparrow. They flit between the alien trees, their songs a soundtrack that exists nowhere else on Earth. But to find the true masters of this isolated realm, you have to look down. The world of reptiles and invertebrates on Socotra is a spectacle of endemism. An incredible 90% of its reptile species are unique to the island. This includes a variety of geckos, skinks, and the Socotra chameleon, a master of camouflage perfectly adapted to its strange environment. Imagine trying to spot a creature that can change its color to match the bark of a dragon's blood tree or the limestone of a canyon wall. And then there are the insects. A vast number of the island's insects are also endemic, including giant, beautifully colored beetles and a host of butterflies and spiders that have evolved in this secluded world. One of the most fascinating is the Socotran blue baboon tarantula, a vibrant blue spider that thankfully is more scared of you than you are of it. Each of these creatures, from the smallest insect to the most colorful bird, is a vital piece of this intricate and fragile ecosystem. They are the living, breathing inhabitants of this alien world. So how did this lost world come to be? The story of Socotra is a story of geological time. The island is a fragment of the ancient supercontinent of Gondwana. When the continents of Africa and Arabia began to drift apart tens of millions of years ago, Socotra was left behind, a continental shard stranded in the ocean. This geological separation was the starting pistol for Socotra's unique evolutionary race. For millions of years, the plants and animals that were marooned here had to adapt to a changing and often harsh environment. The climate became hotter and drier. The monsoons shaped the seasons, bringing periods of intense rain followed by long droughts. In this crucible of climate and isolation, only the most resilient and specialized life forms could survive. The dragon's blood tree's umbrella shape evolved to maximize water collection. The bottle tree's swollen trunk evolved to store that water. The reptiles and insects adapted to the specific plants and niches available to them. It's evolution in a bottle, a real-life demonstration of Charles Darwin's theories on a grand and spectacular scale. The lack of large herbivores and predators meant that plants and smaller animals could evolve in ways that would be impossible on the mainland. This is why the plants are so strange. They did not need to develop the same defenses as their continental cousins. For centuries, the people of Socotra have lived in harmony with this unique environment. Their culture and livelihood are deeply intertwined with the island's natural wonders. The dragon's blood resin was not just a commodity, it was part of their traditional medicine, used for everything from wound healing to a general cure-all. They built their homes from the stone of the land and used the leaves of palm trees for roofing. Their language, Socotri, is an ancient Semitic language, itself an endangered artifact of the island's long isolation. The Socotri people are semi-nomadic, moving between the coastal fishing villages in the winter and the highland plateaus with their livestock in the summer, following the rhythm of the monsoons. They possess an incredible encyclopedic knowledge of the island's flora and fauna, passed down through generations. They know which plants are medicinal, which are poisonous, and how to live sustainably in this fragile landscape. Their relationship with the land is not one of exploitation, but of stewardship. They are the guardians of this alien world. However, this precious world is facing new threats. For all its isolation, Socotra is not immune to the pressures of the 21st century. Climate change poses a significant risk. The dragon's blood trees are struggling to regenerate, as the changing climate means less cloud cover and mist in the highlands, which the young saplings need to survive. The older trees are dying off, and not enough new ones are growing to replace them. It's a stark reminder that even the most remote corners of our planet are connected to our global climate. Increased development and the recent arrival of paved roads and an airport have brought new opportunities but also new dangers. The risk of invasive species is a major concern. A non-native plant or animal, introduced accidentally, could wreak havoc on this finely balanced ecosystem, outcompeting the native species that have nowhere else to go. A single invasive goat species, for example, could decimate the native plants that have no natural defenses against them. Conservation efforts are underway, led by international organizations and, most importantly, the local communities. The goal is not to lock the island away from the world, but to find a path for sustainable development. one that benefits the Socotra people while protecting the natural heritage that makes their home so extraordinary. Ecotourism, when managed responsibly, could provide income and an incentive for conservation, allowing visitors to experience the magic of Socotra while ensuring it remains for future generations. It's a delicate balancing act, and the future of this otherworldly paradise hangs in the balance. Socotra is more than just a weird and wonderful place. It's a message from our planet. It shows us the incredible power of evolution and the beauty of biodiversity. It's a living library of biological information, holding secrets that we are only just beginning to understand. It's a reminder of what the world can look like when nature is left to its own devices, a glimpse into a world of pure, unadulterated imagination. As we stand here, surrounded by bleeding trees and alien landscapes, we are reminded that the greatest wonders in the universe are not always in the stars above, but sometimes right here, hidden in the forgotten corners of our own amazing planet. Thank you for joining us on this incredible first mission to the most alien place on Earth. What an adventure! There are so many wonders in our universe, both near and far, and we're just getting started. If you were as amazed by Socotra as we were, make sure to hit that like button. And for a new journey to the most incredible places in our universe every week, don't forget to subscribe to WonderSphere and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay curious.